What's going on, my fellow Constellation explorers, and welcome back to another Starfield video. This one will be rather quick as most of the news came out a few days ago, but during the recent Constellation log video that dropped yesterday on June 14th, a computer screen was shown for just a split second as you see here. And while I was creating the video that broke down all the different concept art, I tried as hard as I could to see if I could snag what that screen said. I zoomed in, I tried higher 4K resolutions, different editors, etc., but unfortunately, all to no avail. I wasn't able to glean anything useful off of it except for a few words. However, this image here is now floating around on Reddit and Twitter. The link will be posted to the profile where I found it from, but not sure who the original, capture was. But anyways, someone found a way to zoom in and still be able to read what was shown on the monitor without losing too much resolution. Even though I downloaded the 4K versions, pretty sure my 1440p monitor just wasn't able to cough up enough pixels to do the job. However, we are now able to get a little more context on exactly what kind of game Starfield will be, as well as a general kind of atmosphere, along with new mentions of differing factions, planet locations, systems, and colonies. It's not a very big letter, but it's absolutely packed with information. Now, I'm sure Bethesda knew exactly what they were doing with this, and if you've been reading some of the more recent interviews all throughout E3, most of the trailers or teasers that have been dropped have been absolutely packed with different kinds of Easter eggs and secrets, so this was no doubt put in here on purpose, especially since they dropped a 4K version, and they knew someone with the right technology would be able to zoom into it. It may be hard to read since this message is a little blurry and you're probably watching this on a smaller device like your phone or tablet, but I'll go ahead and read it out loud. It says this. First, some memos in brackets say that the SysDef logo, United Colonies logo, and UC Vanguard logo will be shown here at the top. It then says, quote, urgent communique, please be on alert. Pirates of the Crimson Fleet have extended far beyond the Crick system and have established footholds in the Sagan, Cayenne, Lumara, and Narlon systems. Both SysDef and the Vanguard are committed to ridding United Colonies space of these parasites. This is clearly no longer just a Freestar collective problem. Also be advised that the Crimson Fleet is not a single organized entity or faction. It is a loose confederation of individual captains, all organized under a single banner. Shown here is the symbol or Jolly Roger they've adopted. Anyone displaying that symbol is assumed to be associated with the Crimson Fleet and can be terminated at ... The mouse cursor kind of stops here, and assumingly this is where the person in the video is beginning to type. And if I had to guess, terminated at will is what the sentence is supposed to say. So it would say this: anyone displaying that symbol is assumed to be associated with the Crimson Fleet and can be terminated at will. Moving on to the end, it then starts with another memo showing where to place the Crimson Fleet logo, and then finally at the bottom, quote, any questions should be addressed to Lieutenant John Tuala at Mast for Vanguard and Commander Kibwe Ikande aboard the UC Vigilance for SysDef. UC Fleet Admiral Pasquale Logan, Mast, New Atlantis, Planet Jemison, Alpha Centauri. MAST stands for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Now, for such a small letter, it is packed with some good information, especially since we know so little about this game. First and foremost, it hints at a lot of different colonies out in space, as well as a number of different agencies and factions: United Colonies, SysDef, UC Vanguard, Crimson Fleet, Freestar Collective, and Constellation. A few of these could be branches of one another. UC Vanguard could be United Colonies Vanguard, a sort of security force for the colonies, and kind of like a sub-branch from, United Colonies. SysDef more than likely stands for System Defense, and it could be an agency inside United Colonies. I'm assuming that as we branch out into space, Earth and the Sol system will have its own fleet, and as humanity kind of progresses, it'll be under their protection. But once colonies are established and they start creating their own cash flow and trade, they will then want to secede into their own, and that means a need for their own protection or hired army, and that could be what a couple of these factions are. UC Vanguard is based out of a place called MAST, which stands for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate, and it's located in the city New Atlantis, located on the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system. Next, of course, we have Constellation, which is the faction the player belongs to, an exploration company. But on top of that, we have a new one called the Freestar Collective, which comes out of the Crick system, and then, of course, Pirates in Space, the Crimson Fleet. This message is really awesome, and it seems to be a message sent out, or at least meant, for all humans within human space. Kind of like a system-wide alert. We know it's an exploration game, but this message suggests a much more dangerous game than simply, exploration or human expansion. The need for security and the military suggests combat is going to be quite prolific, and it also shows that humanity has expanded its presence in space more so than I would have thought in this game. I thought we were just going to be talking about a couple of systems here, but it looks like we're talking about quite a few. Again, for just a few paragraphs, there is quite a lot to talk about here and much more to speculate. So far, no mention of any kind of alien race, however, that could be implied, I suppose. Especially since the Crimson Fleet seems to be like a collection of different ships and captains, it could be that it's implied that half of them are a certain alien race or one another. No one really knows yet. As far as locations, Earth's closest neighboring star, the Centauri star cluster, we have the planet Jemison and several other systems mentioned as well. Crix, Sagan, Cayenne, Lumara, and Narlon. Now, a few of these I could be mispronouncing due to the letters being a bit fuzzy, and it's hard to read certain characters. But again, it shows that humanity is more spread out than I would have thought for just a few hundred years into the future. I thought we would be talking about maybe, two, three systems and a couple of planets, but it seems like it's much more than that. Anyways, it's something to ponder over, and that's really about it. Word on the street is that this concept art here could be New Atlantis. More than likely, that guess is only due to the proximity to water, and since most exoplanets are not yet named, the planet Jemison is a Starfield creation. However, there have been exoplanets discovered in Alpha Centauri, so it's not entirely off the mark. But yeah, that's it. I just thought I would drop a quick video showing off the latest Starfield news. Like you guys, this game has me incredibly excited, not just for its, hardcore RPG and space roots, but about the stories and the discoveries that this game could tell. There's no telling what's been cooking up in the brain of Todd Howard for the past 25 years, and I cannot wait to not only see, but discover more about it. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching and for supporting Sly Nation. Keep it here for everything Starfield, as I've been covering this game for years now, and we still have a year and a half left to go. Take care, y'all, and keep those eyes open for more Starfield news and videos coming out here soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll see you all in the next one.